Welcome to Black Ops 2. My name is CNanners, and this is Team Deathmatch on Aftermath. And the question on everyone's mind, is this game good? Is it fun? Is it going to hopefully make up for the heartache that Modern Warfare 3 probably perpetrated on all your souls? Myself, personally, I'm pretty sure around the launch week, I probably got at least 15 ulcers in my stomach. That game, wow, I was like, I'm gonna destroy all that is adorable and cute, and this game just makes me want to just break everything because if you've played the game, you know it's frustrating. Now, in all honesty, the first couple hours of this game, I sort of was raging quite a bit. I typically rage quite a bit initially, but once I sort of realize how to play the game properly, all is well, and I'm having a good time. Now, I have not played campaign, I've not played zombies, I went straight into multiplayer, and that's all I've been playing. And I guess the easiest way to address whether or not this is a good game is the guns, the score streaks, the loadouts, the maps, how it feels overall. I personally like the guns. I think that the guns in this game, the one I'm using right now is the FAL with Select Fire. It becomes a laser beam gun that rivals COD 4's M16 by far, and the attachment actually lets me see through walls. If somebody's hiding behind some sort of doorway, you can easily catch somebody by surprise, put a couple shots into the wall. Of course, if there's a rock or something, you can't shoot through it. And I don't think you can actually put this attachment on with Full Metal Jacket, which would probably be overkill, because then you could see through the wall and shoot through the wall, and you would have the eraser gun starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I put on the silencer as well, because I found that with other guns like SMGs, it seems like the damage fall off is very much accented in this game. But for whatever reason, with this gun, a couple shots across the map will still take somebody out. So I decided to run with the, what's it called, wild card that lets you put 3 attachments on your gun. So I have the silencer, the select fire, and I believe it's called the millimeter scanner. I think that's what it's called, but I'm not too sure. And yeah, it's totally cool. Actually, the way that your guns are set up is that you can decide to, your loadout that is, you can decide to use things or not use things. So like, let's say you don't want to have a handgun, you can say, all right, well, I'm just going to have a primary, or I just want perks, or I don't want any lethal grenades or tactical or what have you. I tend to like to go with the shock charge in either the Bettys or the Claymores, just because in this game, I don't know what it is, but you can't really hear footsteps that well. Even with awareness and dead silence turned on, I had a really hard time hearing people walk around, so I feel like super paranoid. I'll throw one down in a doorway, put a bouncing Betty or Claymore over here. I don't know. It's kind of weird to not be able to sound whore, as it were. I know that was kind of something that was frowned upon, but back in the day, I mean, every Call of Duty I've ever played has had the ability to hear footsteps really well. But the audio in this game is great. I want to say that. I don't want to say that it's like bad or something. You just have to change your playstyle if you had a headset like myself. And if you don't, and you're just kind of casually playing, it's not that big of a deal. You can put on dexterity or extreme conditioning. I think the loadout I usually run with is hardline, scavenger, and dexterity. So that kind of wraps it up for the loadout that I like the most. What you're currently seeing is kind of what I tend to use. I can get more into that. I can show you guys the loadouts later on. But yeah, the guns feel great. They're a lot of fun. I think that, again, you have to use each gun for very specific environment. You can't always just run with one thing and hope to do well. And wow, there's like so much to like talk about. I'm like running out of time. Maps wise, I mean, some maps just really piss me off, and some maps feel really great. Plaza tends to piss me off. I know a lot of people don't really like Meltdown because it's a really small map, and then you can actually spawn nade B, and that kind of makes it a little bit frustrating. And in general, like, they tweak some things, like sensitivity is a little bit off. Like, instead of, I think it's like 3 was default, 3 or 4, now it's 5. Kind of feels a little bit different. And there's little minor changes here and there, but I think for the most part, I think the good thing is I'm not really disappointed with this game. That was like my main concern. I didn't want to have another year of a Call of Duty that I didn't really mesh well with. Now, I'm not saying, again, it's easy to be like, oh, Modern Warfare 3 sucks. But, I mean, in general, it just comes down to personal taste. I don't really like it. This game, I feel like, is definitely something I can get into. But again, it's like, I loved World at War, and Black Ops probably is my favorite COD. I mean, there's COD 4, obviously, because it's the first one, but Black Ops is probably the COD I played the most of. And I'm glad to know that this game is good. I'm glad to know this game as you see me just crap on everyone with the with Swarm and Dogs, is something that's a lot of fun. And when one last thing, kill streaks in this game are really tough to get. You really want to start with the lower kill streaks, like the UAVs and the counter UAVs, because there is ghosts in this game, but it works in such a way that if you're standing still, you can still see the person on the radar. You have to be moving. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm probably going to put up many more videos in the future, and other than that, I will see you guys later.